Swadikap. As Canada is an amazing place to visit while on holiday, Canadian visa is something many people are seeking. Visitor visa, for instance, are very popular amongst those wanting to travel temporarily to the magnificent lands of Canada. But how to apply for such a visa? This video will give you a general overview of all the items you will need to get started on your journey into Canada. Right off the bat, there are 3 different types of temporary resident visas. The first is single entry visa, allowing safe passage into the country only once. The next is a multiple entry visa, letting holders enter and exit Canada more than once. The third option is a transit visa, letting holders access Canada up until a maximum of 48 hours. Before we dig into how to apply for the visitor visa, there are a number of restrictions to keep in mind. If you have a visitor visa, unfortunately, you cannot engage in any form of employment. If you want to study, you can't study for longer than 6 months. The required documents for a visitor visa include the following: the completed application form, a valid passport including old passport, a photograph of yourself, a statement from your bank or bank book providing sufficient evidence of your funds, and a police clearance certificate. You also need to provide proof of employment, which includes an employment letter, payment slip, leave certificate, and a business registration certificate, both the original and copy versions if you are self-employed. If you want, you can also add your spouse and children to a visitor visa, letting them accompany you into the country. Adding on to this, a student applicant who is over 6 years of age would also require an authorization letter from their school to be submitted as part of their application. Those under the age of 16 will need to submit a consent form signed by their parents. If you are not a citizen of the country you are applying from, you will also need to disclose your immigration status through additional documents such as your work permit or visa. Depending on your circumstances, additional documents are needed to be submitted for the application. If you are heading over to Canada for business or training purposes or to attend a seminar, you will need to submit an invitation letter as well. Once you have gathered everything, you're going to need to submit the application now and to get everything in. If you're not in Canada, you can just submit your application at the nearest Canadian embassy in your country of residence. Your application and all the supplementary documents will be assessed by the embassy. If anything is missing or anything else required, the embassy will notify you. For instance, some applicants may also need to attend an interview. If so, you will receive the necessary correspondence from the embassy. Next is to just await the approval of your application. If the embassy has given you the thumbs up, they will stamp the visa onto your passport and return all submitted documents over to you. But if you need any assistance in submitting an application, please consult Siam Legal. Our foreign visa team is well equipped with extensive knowledge and ability to assist applicants. Our team can assist you in reviewing your background history, in providing a checklist for what documents you need to submit, in reviewing your application, and advising you on how to handle the interview process, if applicable. If you need any further immigration assistance on moving over to Canada, please feel free to consult our Canadian immigration specialist. We can address all your Canadian immigration or tourism concerns and more. Thank you for watching this video on how to apply for a visitor visa to experience the wonders of Canada. Please like and subscribe for the latest news on anything related to Canadian visas. Swadikap.